Alright guys, so trouble in paradise. No, we just got hit a snag with the health department. I'm leaving my office right now. Gotta head up to the health department. You know, they already approved our septic tank and our well and the location of everything. We've got our building permit, we've already dug the hole. Things are moving, and the health department came back and said, oh, you know what, this isn't gonna work. And we're like, what do you mean it's not gonna work? These are the plans that you created. We're just following the plans that you already approved. And long story short, they're not approving it. This is just so similar to what the county did with approving our plans. We ordered the windows and then they said, oh, you know what, we missed one of these windows. It doesn't quite meet egress, so that's gonna be on you to order new windows and fix and everything. Why, when government officials make mistakes, is it not like, well, sorry, I guess you'll have to pay closer attention to the next project? I forgot my keys. I'm running late and I forgot my keys, dang it. Gotta go back inside. So what is up with that? I kinda just wanna be like, sorry. Not that I can, I don't have the power to be like, sorry. They just wanna prove you. They won't let you through to the next step unless you jump through their hoops, and any mistakes they make are on you, and it's your wallet that's gonna fix their mistakes. They're not gonna say, hey, you know what, we're not gonna hold you to that because we already gave you the right of way, or we already gave you approval, or the green light, or whatever. They're not gonna do that. They are going to say, yeah, sorry, that's inconvenient and expensive and whatnot, but tough toast. Anyway, I think Mandy and the kids are having a great day. They're going to a car museum. Maybe we should flash to some of that before I get to the meeting.
It is Friday morning. We were supposed to get up early and go to the zoo this morning with a homeschool group, but it was raining cats and dogs, so we did not go walk around the zoo. Instead, we're gonna go to a Pioneer Museum with the kids. Fridays, we try to do field trips on Field Trip Friday, and we don't do it every Friday, but it's something that we kind of, a goal we shoot for, and it's something that's super fun and the kids really look forward to. So here we go.
There will be plenty of it. It's open. I like Ogden because there are a bunch of horses. And it gives us something to do. Count the horses. Hey! Changing plans. The Pioneer Museum was closed, so we decided to go to the car museum instead.
So we are at the Union Station Museum. Meimu, did you get a sticker? Do you need a sticker?
Oh, sage and...
Ava, what did you think of all the cars?
It's so cool.
Yeah, pretty neat. Which one's your favorite?
I really like that one. I also really like that one because it has a seat in the back.
Show me the seat in the back.
See? You can fold it in, so it's just like the back.
Collapsible back seat, so cool. And then there's one down here at the very end that was super, super cool. It was a 1901. It's the oldest registered vehicle in Utah. And it was a crank car. And then you steered with this stick in the front. It's just amazing. It's really fun to see how far cars have come. And gas pumps as well. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go catch up with everyone, girls. These are railroad ties. You girls gonna have some tea on the train? Very nice. Boston, what are you gonna drive? What are you doing? You working on the railroad? Like John Henry? There's a little monkey in here. Ah, there's a little monkey.
Oh guys, I'm wearing the worst boots to go running in. I thought, oh, they're like 2 pounds each. I thought I was going out to the lot today, so had the boots on. Forgot my keys. Ended up jogging here. It's not too far from my office. Like I said, not the boots to go jogging in.
How's it going?
Good. This guy.
Well, this is the homeowner. Hi.
Hi.
So even better. So where they placed the house and where this easement, drainage easement is, it's got to be 100 feet from here.
Okay. Well, it's got to be 100 feet from open water, so even if this is open on the neighboring property, you're either going to stay 100 feet away from it, or it has to be piped and over onto the neighbor's property, the 100 feet.
And you want to do pipe and gravel, right?
This is a better way.
Well, if you use chambered trenches, you can get a 30% reduction in your absorption area requirement, so you can reduce the length of the trench.
Got a lot more to do that probably, huh? What those dome things?
Yeah. For an at-grade system, it's actually a faster installation. So the cost of the materials is a little bit more, but you make up for it in the labor. Yeah. I would.
A number of stores, so I'm sure they do have.
It's better for the.
I don't know if she has that in this package.
Sustainability of the absorption area, the long-term life of this absorption area, to have an effluent pump after the tank, then a grinder pump
Can
prior
we,
to
can I
the
pay the
tank.
fees over the phone?
And the reason why is the grinder pump
Or
will
online.
macerate everything that goes through it, and then
Either
you
way.
have smaller
I can't pay
particles
them
in
on
the septic
behalf,
tank,
so-
and they don't settle out as well. The job of the tank is to hold the solids.
Okay.
And if you make them too small, then they can migrate downstream and start plugging off the absorption area. So it's better to have larger size particles go into this tank so they separate out, and then you have an effluent pump afterwards. And effluent pumps are usually less expensive and cost a little bit long-term maintenance-wise to run. An effluent pump that just moves the water after the tank to the absorption area.
You would kind of fence in your animals away from your absorption field and your replacement area.
65.
There's a bunch of math that you can do.
So you still are going to have at least 4 pipes because you can't get, if your max is 100, you're still going to have 4 pipes.
Because basically, you start putting anything on there, it's changing that dirt there. And we already know what the dirt is. And so if you start compacting that and with animals, and they're changing the structure of that dirt there. Because it's been settled, it's compacted, it's the way you bring in fill, it's
There were
loose.
horses. Okay, I'm not going to argue. It's fine. There've been horses on it from the previous owner, and I'm sure it's all compacted. I don't think.
What you're
new
telling us though by
animals.
turning in this
Yeah.
plan is that
Yeah.
you're leaving this area
Yeah.
for your system.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm just like,
Yep.
I'm sure, and I actually.
Yeah,
think
no,
so.
I-
There's correspondence.
We won't get into the
It-
whether that's
it's-
right or
it-
wrong.
it
That is
feel-
what I know. I have.
It
to
feels
agree
like
to,
splitting
so.
hairs, and I can't argue that.
Yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from. I just know what we have to follow.
Yeah, I get it. It's just crazy that like it ends up taking like an acre and a half to. You know what I mean? Like it makes so much of the space we own unusable.
I'm becoming more and more familiar with everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're both learning at the same time.
It is a dang good thing that my builder is on top of stuff and that he was out on the lot measuring and double checking everything, and he discovered, I didn't realize this, but he discovered, hey, this distance isn't 100 feet that you kind of signed off on. Anyway, the county won't admit, the health department won't admit that they did. Long story short, we've got to move our drain field. We might be able to flip it sideways. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the county, not the health department, just normal county, the building inspector, all that, these different departments. I'm gonna find out who owns the easements. They are abandoned ditches. They haven't been used in 8+ years. I basically need to try and get that ditch removed, and then we can move it forward and we don't have a whole issue with the 100 feet from open water. The other option is we could pipe it. So if we pipe the ditch, which is a real expense because it's got to be 100 feet in all directions, so I got to pay to pipe on my neighbor's lot. He's got to be okay with me piping on his lot. Everything's done in the name of safety. You lose a lot of liberties in the name of safety. 100 years ago, I just build my house however I want. And if the water got contaminated, that's on me. And if my house caved in because I built it myself and I didn't understand engineering, that's on me. But I have the liberty and the freedom to do that. You don't have those liberties or freedoms anymore. The government is involved in every single decision we make almost. It seems like, it feels like. It's overwhelming. And in the house process, holy cow, dot your I's, cross your T's. Don't take more than X number of steps on the Sabbath. It is crazy. Alright, so the building inspector had no idea. But they sent me up here to the recorder's office, and hopefully they've got something on record because they record things there. Alright, so the recorder's office was actually quite helpful. It sounds like I can, I got my papers here, get an easement vacation form to try and vacate it. The person who owns, basically the owner of the easement is the public. And I said, okay, the public, what does that mean? I'm obviously the public. They're like, no, you're a private owner, you're not the public. I was like, so is the public my neighbors? Who is the public? Who's going to vote on whether or not I can vacate this easement or have the rights relinquished? And he said, well, the public is us, like the government. Like the county will decide whether or not you can do that. That's who the public is the county government. Looks like these boots came in handy after all. Alright, so I came out to the lot, I looked at 2 lots over and then 4 lots over, and there seems to be some type of drainage. It's like a square, and it just goes down in the ground, and then it goes under a house, under a building even maybe, and then pops out in like a corrugated plastic ADS type tubing. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the easement removed like I'd like to do. Really want it moved because then it'd make it easier when we put a barn up and stuff. On a positive note, I hadn't seen this yet. I just came out. We have, there's a meter right there. We've got power to our lot. So there should be no hold up there as far as any contractors who need power. They can run power right there. We have power, that's awesome. Second positive thing is tonight is softball. So I'll be able to release all of the stress and frustration I've been feeling this afternoon regarding home stuff and government bureaucracy with a little game of softball. So let it out on the ball, right? So this is what the county is trying to preserve. Let me see if I can get a better angle on it. I mean, it's not, there's a slight drop, but we're not talking about a major drainage or canal, or this ditch is minimal. It's almost non-existent. It's here, kind of. The hole still looks as good as it did last week. You know, I am a little curious, like behind me here, you can see you've got, this is the 3rd car garage. However, that's not enough room for the 3rd car garage. The 3rd car garage is much wider than this small gap. I kind of just want to come out here with the measuring tape and double check everything. Last thing I want is to end up with a smaller home or garage or something like that. So I know these guys know what they're doing, but this is all new for me. Sometimes I get doubts or concerns, and I guess that's part of working with first-time home builders. They just need answers to questions. So there's some tall grass here. It's hard to see, at least from where I'm at, but I want to cross their fence line. But there's some sort of drain right there, square drain that goes underneath this dirt road, and I'm assuming connects on the other side of this building. It's crazy that the piping would go that deep to go below the foundation of this building and then come back up. So then the water would be, I guess, traveling up to come out of a pipe on the other side. We're gonna check out the pipe on the other side. Now we're on the other side of this building. You can see the corrugated plastic piping here. Man, I don't know. Is that really? It's pointed up, just coming out of that thing. I don't know how water would travel up. And then immediately, these ditches just don't work. I'm walking down here toward my lot. I'm immediately coming uphill. I was told that these ditches by the previous owner, who owned it for about 7 or 8 years before we bought it 2 years ago, he told us that they were inactive and basically abandoned, not being utilized. Apparently the county has the final say. It's not an irrigation company or another property owner, it's just the county deciding whether or not they're willing to relinquish that. But I've been out on my lot in 2 springs now, 3 springs. The first one when I was looking at buying it, there's no water. Water doesn't travel down this, so feels like, looks like stuff drains in that spot. So unless we redirect it, there's really no way to get that easement removed. Now, if we move the easement, that does not fix our septic drain field problem. We still don't have a place for that. But what it does do is it maybe opens up some space closer to our house for buildings, whether that's a pool house, a barn. So I don't know. I guess, you know, there's some positive stuff to come out of today, and that is that even if we can't get the easement removed, we might be able to get it moved to work better with the location of future buildings. And for that's good, but that comes at a cost. If it's not being used, I just want to remove it, which is maybe, you know, $100 fee or something. Just want to get it removed. So, I don't know, gotta get home. Oh shoot, I gotta pick up the kids actually. I'm supposed to be there in like a half an hour. All right, peace out, see you at softball. Hey, beat me. How was dance?
Great.
Awesome. Girls look cute. Right, this part right back here. Yep. All right, softball game. Well, the first one was horrible. It was a disaster. We lost 23-3. We got run rolled. But we stayed mentally strong and positive, and we went into the new game 0-0 like you always do. And we actually had a neck-and-neck ball game, ended up winning 17-13, which was awesome. I got an in-the-park home run. Hit it between a couple of guys and used my wheels.
Whenever Jared gets home from a game, I get the play-by-play, which is probably my favorite thing ever.
I already reenacted this flying, diving catch that
All
I made.
the highlights. This guy gives them to me.
So, anyway, it was fun. It was a good way to blow off some stress. Now we're going to sit down. I'm going to go through the plans with Mandy and everything I kind of discovered today in working with the health department, the building inspector, the engineering department, the recorder's department, back to the engineering department. It was crazy, and we've got some big decisions to make. So we're going to go through that. We'll probably share the outcome of those decisions in an upcoming video. Hope you enjoyed tagging along with us today. We'll see you. Bye!